everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my lockdown / recent favourites. So over lockdown and especially in the last couple of weeks, in the last couple of months, I've been finding a lot of favourite things, for example outfits, TV shows, food, etc, etc. So I'm going to share those with you. Everybody, it's just me coming in to quickly say that whilst I was editing this video, I realised I didn't put a trigger warning in for anything that I mentioned. There's a trigger warning when I talk about the slave trade and how the slaves were treated, and there's also a trigger warning for when I talk about the TV show 13 Reasons Why, with suicide and mental health, and then again I talk a little bit about racism within the UK, so again there's a trigger warning there. So I just want to state that now, so I'm just adding this trigger warning in here now because I want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable watching this video. So first of all, my favourite lockdown TV show has been Roots. So this is about this man, he's black, he's African American, and he researched his family and his heritage for 12 years, and he found out that one of his ancestors was a slave taken from Africa and taken then to the United States, and his name was Kunta Kinte. So it basically tells the story of Kunta Kinte and then moves on to his daughter and then moves on to her son, etc., and kind of showing the path of the heritage and the line of what happens during the slave trade and how badly and horribly the slaves were treated. So it's a really, really great documentary series which I found on Amazon and I watched with my mum, and it's really good if you want to educate yourself on black lives and especially the slave trade and how horrible it was for black people. And then the second TV show is called Dead to Me. So this is on Netflix. I think it came out, the first season came out last year, but I didn't watch it then. And then the second season came out and I thought, oh, this looks really good. So I decided to watch the first season and then I watched the second season, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was a crime investigation type series and I really liked it, and I really do love the main characters. I think there's two female leads and they get on really well, and it's just really empowering and great. And then the third TV show which I have recently just finished was Down to Earth, which is Zac Efron's kind of series that he's done recently, which is about the environment and trying to find sustainable ways of living, and him and a friend of his, his name's Darren, I think. They go to different countries in the world, some in Europe and some in South America, and they basically look at communities and how they're being sustainable in regards to like water and pollution and things like that. So it's a really, really great one to watch if you're interested in the environment and trying to be more sustainable. Also then, my last TV show that I really enjoyed during lockdown was obviously 13 Reasons Why season 4. So I absolutely loved 13 Reasons Why. It was probably one of my all-time favourite TV shows. I really do enjoy the characters and how they are portrayed by the actors. And season 4 was also really, really good, and yeah, it's definitely one to watch. If you don't know what to watch, you might as well just watch the whole of 13 Reasons Why because it's really, really very good. However, there is a trigger warning in regards to suicide and mental health and things like that, so do be careful. And then on to movies. So every Friday night, my parents and I, since the very beginning of lockdown, we've been having movie nights. So we'd watch a different movie every Friday, and maybe some recent ones or some later ones or ones that my parents have watched but I haven't watched, or ones that I've watched but my parents haven't watched. Things like that. And my absolutely favourite ones have been movies that involved Tom Hanks as the main character. I absolutely love him. I think he's great at acting. So my two favourite movies of Tom Hanks were Forrest Gump, which I absolutely adored. Forrest Gump, I think, is my all-time favourite movie character. He's just so sweet and adorable. Bless him. I absolutely love the film and I love the characters so much. And that was in 1994. So these are kind of older movies, but I do really enjoy them and I think they are a very good thing to watch. And the good thing about Forrest Gump as well is it kind of also talks about the history of the time. So quite often you'd hear news clips or radio clips of things that are going on in the news or around the world at that time. So that's very interesting. And then also the movie Philadelphia, which was in 1993, and I'm pretty sure Tom Hanks won Oscars for both of those roles a year after each other. And Philadelphia is really, really good. It's got Denzel Washington in it as well, which he is really, really good at his role and his character. And it's very eye-opening, and it talks about, there's again a trigger warning maybe about AIDS and HIV. And it's really insightful to watch, especially as, I guess, my generation aren't that aware, I guess, of HIV and AIDS and the impact it does actually have on people's lives and how dangerous it is, because obviously in the 80s it was a much bigger deal, whereas now it's not spoken about as much anymore. Watch that movie to be more aware of the illness and the disease of AIDS. Now moving on to YouTubers. So I have spoken about this girl a few times in my videos, Nayna Florence. I've really enjoyed her videos. She's very good to watch if you're vegan. She does university vlogs, she does vlogs about being vegan, being sustainable, things like that. So she's really good to watch, and she's quite relaxing, quite calm. So it's fun to kind of watch her before you go to bed, or just to wind down and relax. Also, I've really been enjoying the YouTube channel of All Things Lily-Anne. So basically she is a professional letterer. So she makes letters for, or like she does lettering for companies, but also she has her own business called All Things Lily-Anne. And she has a shop which she sells things that she letters, and she has an Instagram and everything, and she's recently started her YouTube channel. I think she started in January, and she's really fun to watch. She's really energetic, she's really happy, she's really smiley. And lastly for YouTubers is Claudia Sulewski. I think I'm pronouncing her last name right, I hope so. But basically that is Finneas, so Billie Eilish's brother. Finneas' girlfriend. So she has a YouTube channel. She's had it for ages, I think for 9 years. I saw there was a video there for like 9 years ago. And she's, again, is really nice to watch, and it's really fun just to watch like kind of behind the scenes of Finneas and Billie Eilish, but also the fact that they're so chill, and it's like they're literally going to the Grammys, and then like the day later they're just doing like a face mask, and it's like really chill and really nice and really fun just to watch people be normal with their lives. And then music, I've been loving Finneas' music. I've only recently gotten into him, and I really find his music to be really well put together, absolutely amazingly produced, and yeah, they're just really good songs. And then again, I've mentioned this in another video, but The Wallows, I absolutely love The Wallows. I've always loved The Wallows ever since I started listening to them, and I still love them now. So yeah, The Wallows and Finneas are the two people or groups that I've been interested in during lockdown and recently for music. Now I'm going to talk about outfits. So recently I've been loving play suits because they're easy to throw on, they're comfortable to wear, and they just tend to always look good. So I'm currently wearing a play suit now, and they're just really comfy. The only problem is obviously when you do need to go to the toilet you have to take it all off or unbutton all the buttons or whatever, but they are really nice to wear, really fun to wear, and you don't have to worry about, oh, is the top going to match the bottom, or so whatever, because it obviously all matches because it's one outfit. So I've been loving play suits, and also I've also been loving my Converse high tops. So I've got these literally probably, I just realised I'm talking really fast, I'm sorry. I've got these probably 2 years ago or so. It's or maybe even 3 years ago. It'll probably be 3 years ago in November or December, because I got them for Christmas or my birthday. But yeah, and I've recently been wearing them more often because unfortunately my Air Forces, which my boyfriend got me for my birthday, which I love Air Forces, but they squeak when I walk. Like the top bit of them squeaks really quite loud, and it's really annoying because I really love Air Forces and they look good with everything. But because they squeak, I've been wearing my Converse more often, and I'm finding that I love Converse. They're super comfortable. I like the high tops. I think they look really like fashionable, and yeah, they're just comfy in general. So those are things about clothing, and then I'll move on to food. So food I've been loving recently is Vegemite, and especially Vegemite on toast. So My parents are Australian and I was born in Australia, as I've said before. So Vegemite has always been like a staple in our house. And I've always loved it. Like when my dad would make it for me for my sandwiches when I was in primary school, I'd always love it. But recently I've been putting it on toast a lot more often and I absolutely adore it. It tastes so good on toast, especially, well, I personally like it if you melt the butter. Like as soon as the toast comes out of the toaster, you put the butter on it so it melts and then you put Vegemite on it. It tastes so good. So yeah, I've been loving Vegemite on toast. I've actually got quite a lot of food things that I've been loving, so bear with me. I've also been loving rye bread. I think it's really tasty. It just feels healthy when you're eating it. And I've also been loving hummus, lettuce, tomato sandwiches, which you would have seen in my vegan what I eat in a week. No, vegan lunches in a week or something. But I'll link that down below. So it's just hummus, lettuce, tomato on the sandwiches, and it's really yummy, it's really healthy again, it's really filling, it's really nice. Also, I've been loving Naked bars. I was actually going to bring one of the boxes out, but I completely forgot. So the Naked bars that I've been loving particularly are the cocoa ones, so just the chocolate ones. I find so nice, so tasty, and they really have that, like, if you're craving chocolate, they satisfy that craving straight away. So they taste exactly like chocolate, but they're all vegan. The Naked bars are one of your 5 a day, so that's really good. I've been loving chocolate rice cakes, so chocolate covered rice cakes, but obviously dark chocolate because I'm vegan. And also something that I've absolutely love is the brand Oatly. So I'm a soya milk girl. I don't really drink oat milk. However, Oatly, they have amazing ice creams and they have amazing yogurts. So for my overnight oats, we put yogurt in the overnight oats, and my favourite yogurt ever to put in the overnight oats is the Oatly blueberry yogurt. It's really thick and it's really got a really beautiful taste, and it's just, you don't even know it's vegan. So that's the thing, because sometimes like the Alpro soya yogurts, they tend to be kind of a little bit more watery, a bit runny, but these Oatly yogurts are like so thick and they're so delicious. I absolutely love them. And oh my god, the Oatly ice cream is incredible. So we've had a few in the past. We've had hazelnut swirl. I think they also do like chocolate fudge and another one, but the best Oatly ice cream is strawberry. It's absolutely gorgeous. It tastes exactly like strawberry ice cream, better than any strawberry ice cream I've ever had as a non-vegan. It's so good. The flavour is so rich and the colour is gorgeous. The packaging is so pretty. It's just all pink, like a pastel pink, and it's really pretty and I just love everything about it. So yeah. But yeah, so that's all to do with food. And then also another book section is books. So I've been reading, as you saw in my book review, which if you haven't watched, I'll link down below, of Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Reni Eddo-Lodge. That was a really good book that I read. And then also I read at the beginning of lockdown, The Bluffer's Guide to Veganism. So it's this little book, it's probably about 100 pages long, if that, and it's just kind of quirky and witty about, you know, a guide to being a vegan, and it's really good. They also have other things about, you know, about Bluffer's Guide to Media or Bluffer's Guide to Flowers or things like that, and they're really fun little reads and really quick and just, you know, not that difficult to read, which is really great. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about podcasts. So I've only recently gotten into podcasts, like probably in the last month, and I really do enjoy listening to them. I'm going to try and find some other people that I want to listen to, but I've been listening to the Call Me Candid podcast, which has Hayley Pham, who's a YouTuber, and again, All Things Lilyanne, who I spoke about as the YouTuber, who I've been enjoying. So they have a joint one together called Call Me Candid, and it's really fun. It's just kind of, you know, chats that are quite that are involved with being like YouTubers or involved with businesses, because they each have their own businesses, so it's all quite interesting content. Also, the second podcast that I've been listening to was called Growing Up and Sometimes Down, and they've got YouTubers Evie and Olivia. I'm not too sure what their last names are, but if you just type in Growing Up and Sometimes Down in Spotify, you'll find it. And the one that I've watched, the only one that I've listened to is the one that was called Let's Talk About Racism, and they brought on a guest speaker. So they had Shelby, who is mixed race, and she grew up in Cornwall and the Cotswolds. So she basically just explained her experience about being mixed race in England and her experience with that. And that's a very, very, very good podcast to listen to educate yourself on racism within the UK, and it's especially good because you realise that there are a lot of microaggressions that occur every day in England that you wouldn't even realise. But by listening to this podcast, you definitely educate yourself a lot more about racism within the UK. And if you want to follow Shelby on Instagram, her Instagram handle is sm.luke, and I've started following her. Being able to follow mixed race or black influencers is very important to make sure that their voices are heard as well. So I think that is all my favourites. I'm like out of breath, I've been talking so fast and rambling so much, I'm so sorry. That's all my favourites so far, recently. I need to calm down. I'm so sorry that I was rambling and talking so fast. I hope, and I didn't have anything to show you. I was going to bring all these things to show you, but I just forgot. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you can subscribe and stick around to see some other videos that I have planned for the future. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.